1. Marcus, finish strong.
What's the score?
61-55. Celtics are still up.
Oh man, it's
About
gonna be.
7
We
minutes.
forgot the broom today, but it's Thursday. It's Northside Plug time, baby.
Northside Plug Thursday. We
back.
Hello. And 1.
How y'all doing?
And 1. I'm doing all right.
I'm doing great.
Excellent. We got another beautiful show. You might turn down the music just a little bit because I want to hear our beautiful voices.
Right.
Yeah, man, just trying to enjoy this beautiful weather while we still can, right? Because it's about to get cold soon. We getting there.
I keep telling people, man, like October comes and it's done, man. Like you can't when you can't expect consistent warm weather, it's a whole other ballgame.
Mm-hmm. It is. Well, we are Northside Plug. We are happy to be back over here on Q4 Radio. On the boards, we got Justino Cochino. To my right, we got Boss Dan the Man. And yours truly, G Money G Note.
Money.
Again, we're missing ISO today, but shout out ISO. Shout out everybody on the Northside family. Yeah, it's another day, another week in quarantine, right?
Another week in quarantine.
Things just kind of phasing through, but, you know, life is moving on and trying to stay positive and make things happen, you know.
On Tuesday, I got to go to my first movie in the theaters since March.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn. How was that?
So it was weird. They had I think 4 or 5 out of like the 21 theaters they have actually going. Like probably like a third. Like no, there were like 5 employees maybe. The theater was less than, I'd say around 30%, maybe 40% full. It was also like a Tuesday night, so it wasn't like their busiest time. But like they made it so like if I had this seat, no one could sit in the ones beside me.
Okay.
Or if it was like 2 of us, and there was like a 1 seat gap. They were very cautious about everything and making sure that all the plastic shields and all the masks and if they ask you to wear a mask unless you're eating or drinking. So but it was a good experience. I mean, the movie I saw Tenet, which
how was that?
Really, really good. I enjoyed it. It's another Christopher Nolan film that puts your mind in a pretzel, and you're sitting there and you're just like, wait, what? Like, what just happened? Oh, okay, yeah. But I enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it to anyone. If you can get to a theater somewhere around you, just get out of your house and go see it. This is one of those movies that you kind of have to see in the theaters because with its like the loud action and the loud sounds and the picture quality in the theater is just amazing too. Something I missed. And
it was probably trippy being back in the theaters.
Yeah. I had a good seat right in the middle too. It was awesome. I'm honestly might go see it again next week because it was that good. So I'm excited to watch that. Yeah.
Well, make sure before we get into it, man, make sure you follow us on Northside Plug. Right now we're streaming on our YouTube channel. Search up Northside Plug, as well as Instagram and Facebook. Northside Plug, Twitter, NSP Chicago. Caller line 312-985-7834. Or if you're online, you can visit www.q4.org and listen to us live as we keep rolling on today.
Doing our thing.
Like it's going. Yay.
And man, like it's exciting to be able to talk about these playoffs and have it be competitive because as exciting as the playoffs always is, it's like it's so unpredictable. As like the beginning of the season has been, like you're seeing a bunch of challenges to the norm, like that Thunder series that came to an unfortunate end with
shout out CP3.
That whole team, like led by Chris Paul in general, is just it was fun to watch, and I'll say it's one of those things where it's like it's one of those teams that'd be fun to play as like on later versions of 2K, that Trailblazers team. Like I would go back just to be like, okay, that team led by Chris Paul had that certain chemistry to it, certain tenacity to it. It's cool to see. It's like that Grizzlies team with like Deron Williams and the Jazz team, Karolinko and Jay Crowder,
Carlos Boozer.
Yeah,
no, I feel you, man.
Yeah, that was a great series, and that ended with a phenomenal defensive play by James Harden. But I don't know why Lou Dort is taking that final shot. But I also didn't watch most of the game. That was yesterday. I didn't watch most of the game. I really only watched like the end of the fourth quarter. But I mean, I think with that block and like James Harden's reaction, you could tell that like he wants to win. He wanted to beat Chris Paul so bad because he didn't want Chris Paul to go to another team and beat him.
Yeah.
You know that everything in his will to like get that win. And I feel like I've said this before, and like I've noticed James Harden's defensive effort and like ability improving over the season. Like his steals numbers are up, and like just the reaction to go up early and get that easy hand to not foul on that shot. That was a great play by him. And
they have the highest defensive rating in the bubble right now.
Damn, this is the thing too, though, bro. I feel like on the other end of it, bro, I think it was a rookie mistake by Dort. I mean, obviously it's a heat of the moment type of thing, but I think if he gave James Harden one pump fake, bro, he would have sold it, G. He would have sold it because James Harden, no matter what, he was going to jump how he jumped. And he was just lucky that he had the trajectory of what he had, bro, you know? But just I had seen that replay a couple of times, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like, he had enough time. Had he gave him one pump fake, because he got that length, too, so he could sell it, you know? Sell that pump fake, James Harden pass you, dribble, knockdown, bro, game over.
And, like, I get why they went to him, because he had 30 points, and, like, he was
hooping.
He was hooping.
He was shooting,
so, like, you want to put it to the hot hand. But, like, I feel like Chris Paul's got to take the shot in that situation.
Yeah,
if you're Chris Paul, it's got to be one of those moments where it's like, I'm taking this shot.
Because at the very least, Chris Paul is even getting to the line. And then you see a situation like in Miami, almost identical to the game before it, but, like, so intense, so underhanded, like, you see a whole realm of possibilities open up on the likes that not a lot of Bucks fans had hoped to be looking on at the beginning of the season.
They're salty right now, man.
Yeah.
They're at a place where they might be losing their star player by the end of the season.
Dub Nation, baby!
How would that come about, boys? Mind explaining how that might come about?
How would what?
If, say, the Bucks get eliminated in this series, what teams would be able to come up with a package to suitor a trade deal for Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Well, I just want to say this before anything, bro. Like, I'm going to let Dan tackle the question first, but I just feel like it's going to be tough for the Bucks or for their office, to let go of Giannis, you know, and it, like, no matter what the package is. But I'm going to let Dan hit that first.
I mean, I think the Warriors are, like, an easy answer just because they have so much assets, whether it be like someone like Draymond or Clay, or I don't know, you throw the first early pick they have in there this year. See, for me, I can't picture one right now because I haven't really thought about it, because Giannis seems like the guy that's just like, I'm gonna stay in Milwaukee for my career. And, like, it stinks because he's in such a small market like Milwaukee. If he was in a city like a Boston or a Chicago or L.A., New York, like, he would be all over the television all the time. But because he's in a city like Milwaukee, he doesn't get as much attention because it's just a smaller market. Like, that's just how Milwaukee sports are. Could he go out and get traded to go to a title contender? Yeah, I can see it happening. Yeah. Do I know who it is right now? I'm not. It would be like that KG trade from the Timberwolves, where it'd be like 9 guys. Yeah, it'd be something preposterously big.
And he'd be going to the West, bro, because there's no way Milwaukee's sending him to another team in the East, bro. Especially a contender. That's a good point. You know, he would have to go to the West.
Yeah,
bro.
They would never send him to the East so they could beat him.
And if he's on the in the Western Conference, bro, that just makes it even more smacking, bro. Like, you feel me? Like that basically leaves the Eastern Conference dead in the water straight for the Celtics for the next, like, 5 years, bro.
Yes, it does. Speaking of the Celtics, man, there are a couple teams in the East that are making these playoff games in the East extremely exciting to watch. The Celtics, being one of these teams that just look really well put together, really in sync with one another, working well on the offense, both sides of the floor. You know, their bench players coming off and being key parts of both their rotational minutes. As well as Miami. We can get into both of those. Equally exciting kind of little pushes in the East.
Yeah, the 2 lower seeds, the 3 and the 5, are up or have won the first 4 games against the 1 and the 2. They've both taken 2-0 leads. Miami's played some really close battles. The ending of that other game, was kind of wild. I also kind of missed a little bit of I also was watching that from a cell phone, so I'd have to relook at that Middleton foul. But Jimmy was not fouled first time. Well, actually, we'll get into that. Let me go. Sorry, Justin. Let me go off your point. The way Miami and Boston both played, they're such a unit of a team. Like they both they don't. When you look at someone when you look at the Bucks, they rely solely on Giannis, like a lot. You look at the Raptors, they rely on Siakam to get them going. Like they are maybe not Siakam, but either Kyle or Fred Fred VanVleet. But with the Heat and the Celtics, I think they're just such a team that they realize they only need one guy to get the team going, and then the other guys will follow up afterwards. If you look at Game 1, Marcus Smart was unreal at the beginning. If you look at Game 2, they both got off to terrible starts, but Jason was playing well, Robert Williams was playing well, and it wasn't until the fourth quarter where Marcus Smart and Kemba Walker scored 21 of the Celtics 27, 24 of the Celtics 27 points in that fourth quarter. It was like, and Kemba was 2 of 15 before that quarter, and he hits all his shots in the fourth quarter. So for them to just believe in each other, and there's a sense of belief around if I don't get it now, someone else is going to get me, but when my time is called, I need it now. Whether that be Duncan Robinson, Gordon Dragic has been playing really well this playoff series. Jimmy Butler with 40 points in Game 1, just dropping it on him. It was. They've been really good teams. That's and defensively, I think they both work really well.
A lot of tenacity all the way around.
A lot of defensive energy, which I think is important, and especially in a bubble situation where you can't rely on the crowd to help you or hurt you. You just have to literally do it all on your own and make your own team's energy. And both these teams with the guys like a Jimmy Butler or a Marcus Smart, dogs that are going to get down and dirty, they're ones to lead the charge in the defensive, and they're like, come on, let's go. Let's get a stop here. We're okay. If they're down, they're like, we're all right. We just got to play our game, and we'll be back in this. Leaders like that are important for these teams, and especially when those leaders get down in the trenches, get down and dirty, when they die for those loose balls or taking charges in the paint. You just love to see that, and I think the way that Jimmy or Gordon or Jalen, Jason, Marcus, the way these guys lead these teams is just the reason why. As the lower seed, they're up 2-0 on their opponents. They're just as a unit, they believe in each other, and it's just working so well.
And it's cool because you're just seeing kind of a changing of the generations, right? And just 2-3 years ago, you had this pretty much same Celtics squad, bro, going head to head with LeBron James.
One game away from the NBA Finals.
Against
a fresh young squad.
A rookie Jason Tatum.
Bro.
Fresh squad with so much talent.
This man Jason Tatum, I keep seeing this highlight and I can't get over it. This man Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron James as a rookie, bro. That I feel like that right there, we gonna look back and be like, damn, that was just the beginning of a great player. And I just feel like you're right now with these two teams, we're really seeing them coming into their own. You got
Jason
Jimmy.
Tatum moves differently than any other player on the court. Offensively, he's
smooth.
He's smooth, but he's deliberate, and he's been able to look up to the best, play with the best, and learn from the best, all in one lifetime, and still be young and still not be at his developmental peak. And he knows all of this.
22 and a half years old.
He's like a 33-year-old basketball player's mind in a 23-year-old body.
Yeah, and I think it helps when, like you said, he's been around good veterans, like when he was with Al Horford or Isaiah Thomas for a little bit, or even Kyrie for the year. I know a lot of people.
But it was just such a smart front office decision to make the decision to develop those players instead of just dump a bunch of assets into one star that they know that they can make some sort of playoff push right now. And it paid off dividends because they still did that, and they had the added advantage of being able to build the perfect cohesive team for that Boston Celtics system for under Brad Stevens.
Shouts out to the Brooklyn Nets
Woo, woo,
for
woo.
all those picks they gave us for KG, Jason Terry, and Paul Pierce. Because that's how we got Jalen. That's how we got Jason. So once again, to the Brooklyn Nets, thank you very much.
Speaking of Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
G-Money, take it away.
G-Money's man's got a job today.
Mans, bro. Steve Nash is the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, bro. I did not expect that stuff, bro.
That was out of left field.
It's very split critically, but I want G Money to give his explanation on why he thinks like why you think Steve Nash deserves deserves to be head coach.
I mean,
for the Nets.
Just because I think he's just so well respected around the league. You know, I don't think anybody in the league has anything bad to say about Steve Nash and just, you know, the person that he is and the ball player that he was, you know. And I think
they can't speak anything on that. They can't.
And this is the thing, you know, I feel like the Brooklyn Nets, they're trying to find an identity. You know, they're trying to go into this new world. They're anticipating Kyrie coming back. They're anticipating Kevin Durant coming back. I don't know. To be honest, it's a weird move, bro. Like I can't sit here and say, oh, this, that, whatever.
No head coaching experience.
It's strange, you know. But at the same time, I feel like, man, they just wanted something new. They wanted to shake it up. And, you know, you look at Jason Kidd, for example, you know, with the New York Knicks a few years ago. It's the same type of thing.
Then he was there. He was at the Nets first too. Remember that? He was actually.
Speaking of the those, Bucks, right, or something.
No. When he first got a job, he was on those Nets with KG, Paul Pierce, Deron Williams, a young Brook Lopez, and Joe Johnson. Yeah, like they had a SI. I remember someone posted that today. It was like the SI cover. It was like who's gonna stop us?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like they paralleled that one to the Steve Nash one where it says now this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Like putting those together.
But I think you're just gonna have like this is what I feel like. They wanted a young coach. They wanted somebody that was still close enough to the game in terms of he hasn't been retired too long, you know. Yeah. And I just really feel like, you know, the league is shifting right now, you know, and they're a lot of these older coaches are kind of getting left in the dark, you know, and these newer coaches are getting opportunities. And I was telling Justin earlier, like, I just feel like with the direction that the NBA and, you know, everything is going in general, it's going to be a player-driven league, truly. We're going to see more player coaches. We're going to see more player front office people, you know, mess around and see more player owners, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, LeBron is definitely going to be an owner one day, you know, so I'm just really happy for Steve Nash, and I think that just his offensive mind is going to be crazy. That's, you know, because he's coming from Mike D'Antoni, and then it's just like...
He's one of those players that would have succeeded in today's schemes as well because of the way that... I see him... It's like if Chris Paul retired today and then in 2 years got a head coaching job. It's like nobody would have questioned that. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing. He's on the same tier of point guard in terms of IQ, just like the way he's like a transcendent talent in terms of a point guard, period. It don't matter like any if, ands, or buts, anything outside of that. Like 2-time MVP, like you say what you want about it, 2-time MVP.
Exactly. 100%, boy.
You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to doubt it until he gives you a reason to. Exactly. You know what I mean? And even then, like, it's not like Jason Kidd still doesn't have value as like an assistant coach or in any coaching or front office. You know what I mean? Or any newer players that stepped into a coaching role or position. I think it's interesting. Interesting, and then the fact that he had time in Golden State with KD, I believe, as kind of like an offensive coach for him. Yeah, they have that chemistry, and they've been saying on all sports outlets that both Kyrie and KD both had to have signed off on it. So they're all in the loop on it, and really it kind of boils down to the number one and number two offensive options being on the same page with the head coach. Like, we don't have that in some of our lineups in the NBA right now. You know what I mean? So
you know what I'm scared of, bro, already with that team? Defense. Defense is going to be a liability with that squad. I'm telling you right now. Steve Nash, listen, if you're listening to Northside Plug, Steve, get you a dope defensive, like-minded assistant coach on your bench, because my mans, you are going to need it. I love you, but defense wasn't your strong suit. You know, you were great. You could get them steals,
Tibbs as an assistant coach.
Nah, bro, let that man sink in New York,
in New
bro.
York.
He gonna get all the karma he gets for
Right,
messing up D Rose's career, bro.
Right.
A couple of New York guys now going on.
Yeah, bro. I don't.
But nobody's gonna care. It's just gonna like sink the rest of it. It's just gonna make him irrelevant.
Let New York do what they doing. The Bulls are on the up and up. You know,
Right,
like we got our seventh pick. Like we got our new front office. We gonna get a new coach. Man, the Bulls should have got Steve Nash.
No doubt.
I don't know, bro. So like the Bulls have started to look into coaching people. Do y'all have like?
I think the Bulls should go for an older
Mark
coach.
Jackson.
I don't think they're gonna go for him.
I don't think they're gonna get Mark Jackson, but like Mark Jackson's a good example of what I'm thinking of, like an older mind who's like had proven success at the NBA level.
Yeah.
Like someone they can just bring back. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. Like I can't name like names off the top of my head right now, but.
Well, they were saying this. One I can think of is Ime Udoka, who was on like the Spurs for a lot of years on a couple of those championship teams. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like the Bulls they're a weird situation because they're also a team looking for their identity, and they're definitely gonna shake it up during this off season. It's just, you know, they don't have a lot of cap space, so it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, but I think just having a fresh presence in the front office is gonna make a big difference, and they understand what they're getting into, and I think the main difference that I'm hoping and I'm praying and I'm feeling like is going to be key is that they're going to be willing to like shake it up rather than be like conservative and be like, oh, we're just going to maintain the pieces that we have and kind of, you know, move around one or two. But so we'll see. You know,
and like to go back to the coaching thing now that looking at like the way you said it, like a player's coach, like a young coach. Every other sport's doing the same thing. You look at football, guys like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, I'm blanking out. Like Matt LaFleur, Joe Judge, the new guy and the new guy in Carolina. There's so many young coaches, and baseball's doing it too.
No?
And what?
Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah, and Jim Harbaugh's a fairly young guy.
David Ross.
And then, then in baseball, you got guys like David Ross, a former player coach. You got Craig Counsell up in Milwaukee, another player coach. The Red Sox won with Alex Cora, a former player coach. Like. I think these companies and like their businesses first, and they realize that if they want to keep their assets happy, which are their players, their most expensive assets, they should hire ones that will hire like coaches or managers that will agree with them. Whether that be, and for it's seeming like the way that success is getting younger, like guys who can relate to your players, right? Because you don't want like. I'm just throwing him out there. I'm not saying he's not anywhere near a bad coach. Like Greg Popovich, like he's. How much older than his youngest player? He's probably like somewhere close to like, I don't know how old Greg Popovich is, so I can't say that.
Generation at least.
But like, or like if like you try to throw Phil Jackson out there, like a guy like him, old school mentality, like
we're gonna bring the triangle back, boy.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to make it. I think just because he's not able to relate his players, and like the players as we've seen over these past couple weeks with the player strikes. Yeah. Like the players have the power, and their players are realizing that more and more. So to keep, like I said, keep those assets happy, you got to hire someone who's going to agree with them and like kind of be like, well, I know you're angry, but like, come on, man, like we just need you to do this. And it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Business talk sounds so bogus, bro. Labeling people as assets, and I get you. You're not wrong.
I hate to do that. But
No. You're not wrong, bro. It's just funny to think about, bro. No, I was reading some business stuff too earlier, and I'm just like, damn, like the lingo is just funny, man. Like, it's a whole different world. But yeah, man, for sure. So the league is shaking. Oh, what another point I wanted to make about Steve Nash, going with the Heat. I feel like one of the big like low key reasons as to why the Heat are being successful. I mean, obviously they're like the Celtics in terms of like they're very team oriented. It's not just one or two players. But Goran Dragic, bro, that man was like Steve Nash's prodigy in Phoenix, bro. You know, so for him and just to see him evolve as a player and doing what he's doing with this squad, I think is just really cool because you can see a lot of Steve Nash elements within that, and he's helping facilitate the squad. You know, and I don't know, man. I'm just like, I'm really happy for Jimmy Butler, bro. Like I feel like a lot of people are like, they don't like Jimmy, you know, but like that man was a bull, bro. He was a bull, and I'm always have love for him, just like D Rose. You feel me?
I feel like he still has love for Chicago.
No doubt,
I mean?
yeah. I mean, we shouldn't have let him go, low-key.
We
But
should let him go. But everybody who knows anything about basketball knows that.
What?
That we shouldn't have let him go.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's all good. You know, I'm a lot of Bulls fans aren't happy with the pieces that we have. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of Markkanen at this point, just because I feel like I
feel like we just haven't been because before Jim Boylan, like I understand even before he came in, like he still had like inconsistent numbers, but like his potential and his ceiling is so high.
Oh, no doubt.
7 foot,
100%
point forward with like he's got a wet jump shot.
He just gotta want it, bro. You know, he gotta get that confidence.
Right. And I feel like when they can fit the pieces in there to kind of light a fire under his ass. They have to create a culture, and I feel like he just wants to be a part of something and have something to identify with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's trying to be a star. He's just trying to find an identity. And it was really hard for anybody on that Bulls team to find an identity.
Yeah.
And I feel like this move is definitely in the right direction. I feel like these players have a reason to be hopeful about the next steps forward.
Yeah.
It just comes down to what happens when they make a decision to start moving pieces.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They have a lot of great young pieces. Zach LaVine,
we've been talking about it, bro.
Laurie,
They're, like,
Kobe,
their
bro.
trade, like their trade value is at its highest right now. You know what I mean? If they're gonna move LaVine, it would be the best time for it to be right now.
I don't want to bro. I want to keep LaVine.
I don't want to
keep LaVine.
I do too.
I believe in LaVine, bro. Like
I
told that man, bro. I told that man at the first take thing, bro. I'm like, bro, I rock with you. I believe in you, bro. And he was like, much respect. I was like, we got love for you in Chicago,
Joe
bro.
King gave me a shout out, bro.
Oh, true. Yeah, man.
That was fun.
But bro, like I'm telling you, G, like let Zach LaVine get some more bulk on him. Let him get his defensive game a little stronger, bro. The offense is there. You know, you create an offense centered around him. Let him do his thing, bro. He's that type of player, bro. He's
we still have Thaddeus Young, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is what I've been thinking. Like I feel like he's more of a trade piece right now because I feel like they're like we don't even talk about Thaddeus.
Depends on his contract though.
Yeah,
because like he's older and if it's a bulky kind of I think they only signed him like 2 years or something like this. Go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Because like I'd feel better about trading like Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah.
Packaged with Thaddeus Young and like maybe even the 4th round draft pick or the
7.
The 4th.
Oh, 4th. Yeah, I'm tweaking.
No.
We are the 4th. You're right. We are the 4th. That's that's Rolf. That's popping.
For something like Aaron Gordon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be interesting. Ooh, bro, imagine Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
At the small, bro, put him at small forward.
That'd be nasty.
Dude, that man stands 6'9", 6'10". That would be dangerous. He's he's hungry. He wants to be fed the ball more, and I feel like he could be a really good second option behind Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Make Laurie the third option.
Bro, you have those two players. You know, behind the legacy of Michael, Air Jordan, you got 2 leapers, bro.
Yeah.
You got 2 leapers, G. Like that would be
jump out of the
be
gym.
lobs, bro. There'd be lobs.
In a gritty market like the Bulls, bro. Like man, that would sell, bro.
Yeah.
Like that would be their identity. Would just be grit. Like just like we gon' yam on you and because bro, Aaron Gordon, G. Like you give him some more time, that man's a dog, bro. Like he's not.
He's what 26.
I don't know. He might be a little younger, but he's not like Blake Griffin, where like that man is just a dunker and like that man could hoop, that man could shoot, bro. Like he could ball, bro. So
Aaron,
24.
He'll be 25 in 2 weeks.
Same, bro. When's your birthday?
September 16th.
That's my birthday, bro.
Hey,
we have the same birthday. You know what?
That's
I'm
funny.
gonna say it now. I feel like we should put a trade package together for Aaron Gordon. That's my
birthday,
take.
brother. That's what I'd love to
Hashtag
see.
Chicago Bulls.
True.
Trade for Aaron Gordon.
Because I feel like he's been wanting out of Orlando anyways.
True.
For the past couple years, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they've been on the up and up, you know, but
Yeah.
they're kind of stagnant, you know. And their pieces, it's a weird mix of their team, you know.
He just hasn't been he hasn't been getting as many or as many touches. His stat line has kind of been tapering off. I feel like he could bolster his career in Chicago.
I agree, no doubt.
That's my take on that.
Anytime you go to a big market, bro, and that's the thing, like,
Because we have cap space to work with, right?
not really.
Not really?
No, not really. But that's the thing, bro, is that this is what's huge, bro. This is what's huge, and I don't think I didn't even really understand until I think this moment, bro, is that the fact that we got rid of our front office, bro, because this is the thing, bro. The Bulls, I would say for the past, what was 2020, like, let's say for the past 20 years at least, last decade, like, let's say post-Jordan, the Bulls have had a even with Jordan, have had a terrible reputation in terms of, like, their front office and like, just how they do business with their players and everything. I mean, we saw in The Last Dance itself, right? But I think if this front office can change that culture and create transparency, create trust, and create like a culture of like this is what we're trying to do, this is what we're trying to accomplish, and we're gonna get it done. Because with the old front office, it just always felt like we're trying to win a championship, but then when we're right there, or you know, the pieces just aren't being moved, and it's like it's clear what needs to be done, and you're just not doing it. And it's
It always felt like a conflict of interest instead
Exactly.
of everybody being on the same page, everybody trying to like just go towards one goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it
Bulls
was
are cheap.
It was in light of like a totally changing dynamic of way of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Jordan era is what defined the exponential growth of our culture in terms of media and everything, just the way that we perceive it and the way that we funnel our money into it. It's what helped this franchise become what it is today on the international scale.
Chi-town.
And we're at a weird lull where like we were at the peak of it. We were at the top of the mountain. And we're clawing our way back into just relevancy, playoff contention. You know what I mean? Like we'll always have that, but like it poses a really unique opportunity for any team to come along and just do what Miami's doing right now. Literally, you know what I mean? We literally had, and it goes to show we had it's like OKC, bro. They had the pieces. They made it to the finals with 3 MVPs and couldn't seal the deal. It just comes down to an organization that has one goal and tunnel vision. You know what I mean? They know what they need to do. They've done it before 6 times in 8 years.
Exactly.
It just comes down to putting the pieces in place that all want it that bad.
It's all gonna mesh. And the thing is, bro,
and it'll resonate through the whole city and the state. Bro.
Yeah.
You'll see change across, because there are so many things I'm proud of.
Yeah.
You know, be like as a Chicago person, but I feel like the things that hold us back are things that can change because of the change that can start in the that can originate in the Bulls front office. Honestly, it is that simple, and it kind of sounds a little benign, but like it really can affect it on that scale.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. And I think just again with how at least within the realm of the NBA, the league is changing and it's becoming more, I guess, socially conscious, right? In terms of the way that it's delegated and actually making moves. So, for example, like all of the arenas are gonna be spots for voters, right? Supposedly. Dang, I forgot my point. But I don't know, bro. I just what was your last point, bro? What did you just say?
The Bulls.
The Bulls.
Just
Damn.
like
The pedigree.
let me ask this question: would Chicago be like the second city if not for the Jordan's Bulls?
In terms of basketball? What do you mean the second city?
Like, do you
They've
think
been called
Chicago?
they were called the second city before the
Or do you think
Oh yeah,
Chicago
we've
would be on
been
the
the
same?
second seed.
Do you think Chicago would be on the same type of platform that it was if not for the Jordan Bulls?
Well, I get what you're saying, but in what context?
Worldview.
Well, this is what I've kind of come to realize, bro. As much as we, like, I feel like basketball is, like, we understand the relevancy of basketball, right? And we understand the importance of, like, Michael Jordan and how that was. But I've come to realize that as dominant and prominent as something like that is, it's not always as big as we think it is, because there's the other side of how many people in this world don't pay attention to basketball, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So I think no doubt Michael Jordan and that era of the Chicago Bulls only helped Chicago as a city, the Bulls brand, no doubt. Like, I think that only escalated everything more, you know, but just in general, in terms of Chicago and, like, being labeled the second city, whatever, I think just going, like, the history basis, bro, I think for as long as we've started to, like, really build up as a city of Chicago, like, we've always been relevant, just in the sense of, like we were the heart of the city, like, I mean, the heart of the country, you know, like, we're the core of where all the train lines were going, you know, we were the powerhouse meat processors and everything, you know, like, for I mean, at least a couple centuries, you know, at least a century, couple centuries, bro, like, Chicago has been relevant to some extent, you know, but just going in the realm of basketball, bro, I think that made Chicago global to a new standard,
to a new level
of what we know now, you know, because I think that's the best way of putting it, in my view.
Okay, word. Well, I think that's a good time to take a quick break, just gather our thoughts and take some quick water, but we'll be right back to talk more basketball, or so we'll be right back.
We gonna be back in a
Remember, you're listening to Northside Plug on Q4 Radio.
And share with your friends.
Listen to that melody and share that.
The melody, share for me, your boy G.
That Erica Badu sounded.
Don't know if you want to see, don't know how
Northside Plug, we back. Yo, we're back over here on Northside Plug. I thought of something very important that we gotta talk about, bro.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, bro.
R.I.P.
You know, we've lost a lot of people this week, bro. It's crazy. Rest in peace, John Thompson. There were a couple other like basketball figures, Cliff Robinson, right?
Tom Seaver, the longtime pitcher for the Mets, also died yesterday. One of the best pitchers in Mets history. One of the greatest of an era. Wow. Also died. So it's been a lot of death. And Chadwick Boseman, man, we were there, man. We were sitting there just enjoying our Friday night.
But Dan's birthday, happy birthday, boss Dan. You know,
happy birthday.
Thank you. Shouts out, thank you.
But yeah, man. I mean, literally, ISO was just like, "Yo, Chadwick Boseman passed away." I'm like, "What?" Like, and I wasn't in my best right of mind, bro.
Neither was I. That's why I thought I was tripping.
It was like, yo, this is what? Come on, bro. Come on. Are you serious?
We were all. That's the thing, and like it was a weird thought process because at the end of the day, it's like nobody could spin it.
Yeah.
The whole world had to kind of grieve and like release the tension that had been building up. Basically, the couple of weeks prior, like the protests. Like
100%.
I was working. We had to close early because we were anticipating there was like a Black Lives Matter and a Blue Lives Matter protest about to go down, and it dissipated. Nothing went down. It was like literally as we all found out about Chadwick Boseman. It was something that literally the whole world kind of like felt, and like it. How do I say this? It was nice that we all had allowed ourselves that time to like grieve on our own time.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it kind of like after that kind of like settled a couple days after, you know, we were able to kind of be more practical about what had transpired over the past weeks collectively.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're in a better place than we were a couple weeks ago for sure. On like I don't know, just on a tension, a vibe. I don't know how else to call it, but I guess it's, if anything, it deserves more highlight to that man's life, what he went through and what he went through in order to give us what he gave us during that time, what he accomplished, all that more amazing because he hid it from the world.
He hid it. He hid it
4 years.
He hid it from
Crazy.
4 years battling.
And he did all his like half of like his most remarkable movies within that time, right?
That's the crazy part is that he's battling and struggling, and like he's always been one to like he go visit kids and like sick kids in the hospital. And it's like this man's fighting his own battles that you don't know about, and I think that just reassures the thing that I always live by is that you never know what people are going through. You never know what's going on in someone's lives because, like in Black Panther, he was pretty ripped. Like he was jacked and like built up. You would have never thought he had cancer.
Here's the thing, because of that, he probably knew that he sacrificed an extra couple years that he probably would have had so that he could do those movies. He probably would have had maybe another 4 or 10 years had he not decided to like, okay, I need this to be out there and provide for my family.
He went hard.
Not
He
just
did.
not just
because
that,
what he represented for just so many people,
For
but
a
for young
generation.
people, man, just the young people, I'm so excited for this next generation of kids, like just because of how smart these ones are, because I see so many young kids that just like so smart in so many different ways.
No doubt.
You know,
These kids are
And, like,
amazing.
He's played so many iconic roles, and like when he played James Brown, when he played Jackie Robinson in 42, still one of my favorite baseball movies, and of course we all like Black Panther, King T'Challa. Like the power he had in his own mental to have what's going on in him, but know that after like Civil War and everything that like this movie is important for the culture, and it was a culture, and it was just like as like the first, I don't know how to even put it into words. It was so powerful.
Yeah, it was
I
amazing.
love like that was such a good performance, and like the movie was great,
You
and
just feel it.
you could just feel it, and like for young black kids to look up and see finally see a superhero that looks like them, that's got to be powerful stuff, man. And I pray for him and his family, and like just know that there's so many people that were inspired by what he did, that always appreciated the work that he did, not just on the set but outside the set with kids and things like that, that he knew that whatever time he has left, he had to use like just
You had to go hard.
Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't think of the right
I know
words,
what
but
you're saying. Yeah,
he's got to go
You
hard
gotta
and make the best of the time he
Yeah.
has left, and he did that, and it was really it's just really hard to see because he's so young too.
It's just another assurance of how one, like, life is so short, you know, and two, like, you can't take any of your blessings for granted, man. You know, you gotta live your life and live it to the fullest extent through, you know, the realm of what you live, you know, and just make the best, and again, go hard with it, because you just never know, man. You just never know, and you gotta stay true with this life thing, you know, because it's sad. It's really sad. It's just at this, Kobe, obviously just everything that's been going on, bro.
It just adds on to the shit show that is 2020. I'm sorry, the crap show that is 2020.
Yeah, and it just, what's crazy, man? It was like when I found out, bro, and then as I processed it, it's like obviously it was surreal, but I just feel so like numb from all this stuff, bro. At this point, like I don't know about y'all, bro, but like, just it's crazy, man.
Like there's more stuff, like more bad things seem to pop up each and every day, and after a while, like it was kind of just like, oh, it's another drop in the bucket. Like this year has just been so weird for everyone that one more like bad thing happens, or one more death, or one more whatever, and people are just like, they just like 2020's undefeated. I literally. I've been like, dang, like 2020 stay undefeated. Yeah. Like, there's just so much bad that's happened this year that we just try to take it how we can. And like you said, at this point, that we're so numb to the pain that it just, I don't know, it's just a weird time.
And I think it's something like we're not going to truly understand, or we're only starting to slowly understand the realm of the mental, all the mental crap that's happening to all of us, right? And it's gonna take us time, like it's gonna take some hindsight for us to understand, like through this time period, like damn, like this really like when we're like 30, God willing that we make it that far, and so on, 30, 35, whatever, we're gonna look back and be like, dang, I'm like this now, pardon, because this happened at this time period where we're at right now, and I think so many things are going on all around us, so many, like, just so much is because overall with where the world has been throughout this whole year and where we're at now, like you said, there's been so much tension and there's been so much pain, and like literally the whole world is going through this in the whole world is feeling the effects of this somehow, some ways. It's a situation that we can all somewhat empathize with each other in some ways, somewhere, somehow. Like we're all living in the new realm of COVID-19, coronavirus, and I don't know, I think it's important for us to, like, as this continues to go on, because it's hard to let it sink in that this is our reality, and it's like, oh, when things get back to normal and when we get on the other side of this, but at the end of the day, like, when will that ever be?
We need to compartmentalize at our own pace, and I feel like people have this feeling like they need to process everything that's happening all at once, right now. And if I've learned anything, is that sometimes the best course of action is just to think inwardly.
No doubt.
And
but then it's flipping that and taking that into action. I agree.
Right.
Like, yeah, I feel you. But people don't, that's the thing, bro. People don't take the time to think inwardly enough, bro. We live in a society where it's almost discouraged because we all have to go to work and we all have to, make things happen. What happened? Wait, no. Don't tell me. I want. This is an important point.
Keep talking.
Like we're all stuck in the loop of society where we have to, wake up, get our money, pay for what we got to pay for, make ends meet, get through life. But at the end of the day, the truth, is that we all have to look deep within ourselves, take the time to look deep within ourselves and understand, who we are and where you as an individual feel like you can, I don't know, be successful within your life, however you feel that may be, when whatever it is, right? And I feel like I'm not putting words in Justin's mouth, but just my perspective of like the point that Justin was making is just like, I don't think society allows especially now, allows people to have that time, that luxury to be able to take that time and think inwardly. But I think also even the people that do have that luxury to take that time to think inwardly don't think inwardly, and you can just tell by the conversations that you have with people, the mannerisms and the demeanors of people, So again, that's why I feel like we're blessed to have a platform like this where we can, get this message across.
I agree. And I can't help but notice that as we're having this conversation, Dan on the edge of his seat as Kemba Walker sinks
What's the update?
a last-second mid-range shot, or did he pass it off to Tice?
Oh, no way.
Did it hit it?
Oh, no way.
It's a series, baby. It's
half-second put it off,
it's
bro?
a series, bruh.
Wow.
Was
What
that
a
Kyle?
No, that was OG Inoboe, or however you say his name.
Anunoby.
Thank you.
So OG gets the ball, shoots the
Bucket.
three-pointer,
Bucket.
buzzer beater three-pointer, send him to the locker room. Send him to the locker room, OG.
Wow. He got it off. Clearly.
Y'all ain't getting swept. It's 2-1.
Wow.
And they trying to go for the 2-2. They said, what? Y'all sleeping on us? Y'all thought the series was over? We the defending champions.
All right, let's just go right into
We the
that Denver Clippers
defending
game.
champions, bro.
Next.
We're the
Next.
don't forget about who we are,
Come
boss
on,
Dan.
Hey, it's still a
Slap
series.
it out
We
of
the
you.
defending champion.
Damn.
I'm just what's it
Oh,
called?
he just missed it. Jalen just missed that.
I'm gonna give the Raptors their flowers while they deserve them right now, bro. OG just smacked that mug, bro. Show him one more time. Ouch.
Jaylen Brown
Ouch.
will make that mistake twice.
Ouch. That's a heartbreaker, but now it's a series.
No, it's a
Now it's a
series.
series,
It's true. They weren't going away, so you had to.
It ain't a series until someone wins on the road. Even even in this situation, bro, they technically on the road. So
Technically, everyone's won on the road.
so
So
they needed this one
in
bad.
technicality, yeah, they need it.
Except Miami.
If they didn't win,
This was key. That was lucky. That was a game changer, bro. That was key. Now
that swings the series
yeah,
momentum.
now y'all gotta
We have to win Game 4.
Yeah.
We have to win on Saturday. Oh my
Things
gosh.
that deserves a bell ring for OG. Dinger.
My head is in such a pretzel right now.
I'm sorry, boss Dan.
I mean, it was wow. I was so ready to go up 3-0. I parlayed the Celtics and the
got
under.
too early.
They were both gonna hit.
That's Tom Brady syndrome for you.
Oh, I was so ready to cash out on my bets.
Cash out. Wow.
Oh, but
That's the defending
I mean, like we
champions,
said,
bro.
yeah, it's the defending champions. They have the pedigree, they have the mentality, so they're not gonna go away
Yeah.
easy.
They got trump cards.
So for them to hit,
You know that man Kyle Lowry's happy, bro. He's like, yo.
Like Chris Paul on Game 6.
that's such a huge momentum.
Yeah, that's big. Well, you see him right there.
He knows.
Sigh of relief, puts the towel over his face, like, we got this one. We stole this one. They stole that from y'all, bro.
It seemed like a pretty competitive game throughout. I mean, it was pretty back
at
and
the end,
forth. But at the end, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
They stole that from y'all. That was your game. That was your game. If he doesn't hit that shot, bro.
yep.
Well,
Sure.
how much time was left on the clock? Like 0.3 or something?
It was 0.5.
0.5.
When's Gordon coming back?
Jalen, why? Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Dan, when's Gordon
That put
coming
me
back?
such in a rattle. I think he's still out for another week or like 2 weeks. I think.
That hurts. That hurts.
Wow, now my stomach hurts. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know why they just took so much out of me. Like, I knew the Raptors were gonna make this a series, but I was so ready in that moment after that after that beautiful Kemba Walker assist to put us up by 2 with 0.5 seconds left. I thought it was in the bag.
Live reactions. We're gonna go back on this episode. Make sure y'all go back in this
We're
episode
gonna have to
and see
read
Dan's
about that.
live reaction of seeing this buzzer beater live.
How far are we in? Just so I know. check the YouTube stream. Just see how live. What time stamp we're at? Just so I know when I check this later. About 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Probably before 30 minutes because I've been explaining myself for like 5.
38. Ouch.
Wow.
But
Well,
that's the
hey,
NBA playoffs for you, man.
That's what this playoffs is. It's been
beautiful.
battles. So I knew that the Raptors weren't gonna go away easy.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be
so
easy.
that's why I said originally in 6, man.
Yeah.
Now Saturday's game is a can't lose.
Makes it interesting.
Saturday's game is can't lose, and I can't wait to watch that game.
I mean,
Saturday.
I feel like even if you guys do lose, I think you can still walk away with the series. Just because y'all have enough, but
Pull up that Denver game, baby.
this hurts. This definitely hurts y'all because you had the momentum. This is your first loss in the playoffs, right? Yeah. Y'all, y'all were
there
trying.
can only be one.
Y'all were trying to get that 3-0, show out to Miami. Now Miami, this is what's gonna happen. Miami is gonna try to send a message, bro. Because if Miami comes out and wins 3-0, bro, they're telling the league that
There's
we're
no stopping
business.
them. There's
We're
no stopping
business.
Miami in Game
Yeah.
4 if they win Game 3.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Giannis.
Bucks aren't
Giannis-
winning 4 in a row. After like 3-0, they ain't winning 4 in a row.
Nope. Jimmy's not gonna. Jimmy needs more rest than that. So Jimmy's gonna close out in 4 or 5.
They sweep the Bucks, bro.
He's gonna he's gonna close out in 4 or 5, I think. But oh my God! But that's such a. Imagine how much of a stretch that would have seemed 6 months ago.
Yeah. Saying that he would sweep
But it's
the Bucks.
just like we talked about the tenacity. Like that's the that like I don't think that's a point I would have changed 6 months ago. Like I knew his team was cohesive and tenacious. Like he imposes that upon his teams that give him free reign to do so.
Right.
That's why they brought Jimmy in, is because of that. Like that's why Eric Spoelstra loves him.
No doubt.
I always forget who's their GM's name.
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley loves Jimmy Butler, and
Because D Wade loves Jimmy Butler.
it's like the Spotify Joe Rogan relationship where they have the exclusive rights to him, but they let him do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? And so that's why.
Here we go with that business talk again, bro. Go
I'll
on,
keep
go
it
on.
simple.
No, you're right. Continue.
Oh, do I need to say?
No, you're funny.
It's enough of a parallel.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just funny. Yeah, man. No, I feel you, man.
Is the game not even started yet?
No, it'll probably be like they usually put
Yeah,
it like 20
10,
or 30 minutes
15
afterwards.
minutes,
Yeah.
Since it started, 8:30, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll give a little speculation. So we got Denver and Clippers, game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinals.
I feel like it's the more competitive of the series between that rather than Utah and Clips. I feel.
no doubt.
It's harder to speculate.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be competitive either way. I agree. I think it'd be competitive either way, but I think the Nuggets are just where they need to be right now. I was gonna be really disappointed in the Denver Nuggets if they lost that series, bro, because I'm like, this is your time right now. Like the Jazz, they're not there yet. They give them another. They could be where the Nuggets are next year. Or maybe 2 years, but I think they can mess around. Maybe be there next year. But the Nuggets, they've been on the up and up for a while now, and now it's time for them to take that next step. And I think that's why it's really cool that we're seeing Jamal Murray come into his own. Because I was telling Justin earlier, bro, like Denver, bro, like for them to succeed, yes, you need Nikola Jokic to ball, but I don't think he can be your number 1 option. I think he's got to be your number 2, and I think having that
He's
Jamal,
the most versatile option.
Oh, no
but
doubt.
He's not an end all be all.
Like you can have him. I think he could be a number 1 option, but I've seen him
that's MPJ,
be clutch.
baby. In the year, like I even like Jamal Murray. I see Jamal, but I feel like it's gonna be like a friendly competitiveness between Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. between who's the most complete scorer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to be going for buckets. And you're going to see more of a playmaking shift go towards Nikola. I feel like you're going to see him slip into more of like a third option at offense because he's just going to be sitting there at the top of the free throw line just like, does he want to shoot? Does he want to? He's going to be spending less time from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I like it. I like him taking the 3-point shot, but like I like that height advantage, but I feel like he's the most dangerous when he's just standing like right in the middle of like a 5-out basically.
Yeah.
And, he has the option to put it in easy, to post up, to kick it out, to drive and kick it out. So many options.
Yeah.
And with people like Jamal Murray, who can create his own shot and go for 50 when he needs to, Michael Porter Jr., who is just a superstar waiting to happen.
No doubt.
I feel like it can come together in this series, I'm not gonna speculate. If I had to speculate, I'm gonna go Clippers, only because like
It's their
I feel like
time.
Denver needs to win one of these next 2 games, because if
No
they
doubt.
go 2-0, there's no
It's
coming back
over
from
with.
that.
It's over with. You
My
can't give
thinking is
Kawhi-
this:
Kawhi 2-0.
if Denver goes 2-0, I can see how Kawhi and Paul George come back from that.
Oh, sure.
If Clips go up 2-0, there's no
It's
way.
over with.
It's over with. So I say Clips in 6, maybe 7,
And-
but
This is what's crazy about the Nuggets too, bro. Like they're having the success that they've had thus far, and they've been banged up too. Like they're just getting Gary Harris back, and they're still waiting on Will Barton, bro. Will Barton was hooping, G.
True. Well, they just got Gary Harris back, and
Will Barton
it might
was
be his. It might be his
hooping,
week, bro. You might be seeing a lot of feats of Gary Harris. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't studied how well he shoots from how complete of a scorer he is. How
He can score, bro. I mean, he's a great defensive player. He's
Yeah.
he came out of Michigan State with Tom Izzo, bro. So you're always gonna have great defensive players coming out
it
of
comes
there.
down. I feel like it's gonna come down to who has better transition offense.
Yeah. I mean, well, if the Nuggets allow the Clippers to play a fast-paced game and you got Kawhi running up and down the court, they have no chance, bro. If Kawhi is controlling the series, which he's going to, like there's not much that they can do at the end of the day. Like Kawhi is the best basketball player on the court. No matter, like the only person that you can debate is LeBron James, bro. Like at this point, and I mean, I feel like Anthony Davis is really, 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 really hooping right now, bro.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is balling. I think he's number 3 in the league right now, G. I mean, I can be wrong, but I mean, especially with how Giannis is playing, that man is not like that.
Anthony
man
Davis
needs
looks
to work,
playoff ready. Like
He's
he looks like
smacking
he
them
looks like
shots.
he's been ready for this for the past couple years.
No doubt. I mean,
Whereas-
bro, when he was even that series, they had when he was on the Pelicans with against who do they play? The Blazers, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
They were hooping. He was hooping. G, like Anthony Davis, bro.
He looked like a
is a
guard, bro. He
super-
looked like a small forward.
He is a guard. That's the crazy thing, bro. Like he came up as a
as
guard.
a point guard. We know this story.
But that's the thing, G, just to like even put up the point, bro, like that's the point. That's what makes him a difference between Giannis is that Giannis doesn't have that ability, bro. He's just a big player, dunks, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, Anthony Davis, bro, like he
He's
has
from
the
Chicago,
mentality.
bro. He's got that dog in him.
Yeah, exactly. No,
He's had a,
I mean, I think Giannis has that dog in him, but he just doesn't
I feel
have
like
that game.
I feel like he's he does, it hasn't clicked for him yet.
Who?
You know what I mean? Giannis.
Yeah.
Like it's just something like it's apparent.
But
He
it's
hasn't been there.
It's still his like even so, bro. Like Anthony Davis as a rookie, sophomore, whatever. Like that man could shoot. That's the difference, bro. Like his game. He like we saying he was already a guard, bro. Like he already had that game, and like on top of already having that dog, like all Anthony Davis needed, bro, was experience and to get built, bro.
Yeah.
And now he has both of that, and he's playing alongside LeBron James in like the top 2 markets in the NBA.
One of the best defensive players of all time at
You know.
coming off the bench.
So I mean, like that's scary, bro. He's playing his best basketball of his career alongside LeBron James, and man, I'm hoping to see this Lakers versus Clippers Western Conference Finals.
It's so
bro.
fun to watch. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I still think and hope that the Lakers win. It's just like it can't not happen under these circumstances.
Yeah.
It just can't. And
And I think it's. Go ahead, my bro.
and from someone who was going Clippers the whole way at the beginning of the season, everything unfolded. It's just like situationally, it has to happen like that. But the fact that like people like the other teams are like, no, like Lakers don't gotta win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we want this just as bad as any other team. Like just the fact that we can literally sit here and talk about NBA the whole time. I'm totally like that. I'm enjoying it, and it's fun to sit here and watch it happen and dissect it,
Yeah.
and watch it in real time, man. Like watch greatness happen.
Where greatness happens.
Watch people step up to the plate.
Yeah. and
take something from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what is at the root of the show. Is like, you know, whether it's the music or just like, you know, the movement or the culture or, you know, the grief of the injustice. Like, I don't know. It's just people stepping up to the challenges in front of them, and
no doubt.
you know, and I don't know, highlighting human greatness.
I agree. And there's power in action, bro. You know, there's power in action, and at the end of the day, like, as I mean, I don't know who the quotes are from or whatever who said, but at the end of the day, it's like, and like we were saying, alluding to earlier, it's like, you know, you got to look inward, bro, and then you got to take that action, and that's the key to every great movement, bro. You know, and right now, like, we're the generation that has to look inward. You know, I think that's the theme right now. We have to look inward into like, as an individual, as a society, as humans. You know, we have to look at where we're at now in the history of humanity. You know, look at where you are as an individual and see how you can make that impact, make that change, you know, because at the end of the day, there's like two types of people out here. There's people that are trying to progress and change for the better, and then there's people that are just trying to stay stagnant and, you know, or hateful and, you know, envious and just all those qualities, you know. So it's all about balance, man. So yeah, again, it's like the NBA is blessed to these NBA players are blessed to have this platform, you know, and they're blessed to be able to take that action of like, okay, we know this, we feel like this is the time that we're gonna boycott, not because we don't want to play basketball, but because we feel like we have the ability, we have the platform where us not playing basketball is gonna send a message in itself, you know. And obviously, like, it created controversy, and people said, oh, you know, well, what happens next, what happens after, yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, it's like, it was action in itself that showed that, yo, we can stop this if we really want to, you know, just as anybody else can stop whatever they want to, yada yada yada, you know. But then coming back and saying, you know what, we're gonna finish this out because we feel like, as much as we want to send a message with us not playing, we feel like there's more value in us being here, especially in this bubble platform where the whole world is watching us in Orlando, right? Speaking on behalf of the players, and it's a direct funnel to express how they want to say, you know, what they want to do and what they want to say, you know. And, you know, people are gonna say, oh, well, you know, having the different sayings and words on the jerseys aren't, and having Black Lives Matter on the court, well, that's not really doing anything. That's not making a difference. I mean, sure, yes, I see the argument, but at the same time, it does make a difference. You know,
like any lyric, it's like any catchy lyric that resonates anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's for the sake of just catching your ear or for the sake of just having it enter the collective conscience on a higher scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you associate with that word positively or negatively, as long as the message is out there that movement is being pushed, that's enough for the movement for it to be a benefit in and of itself. And that's enough justification for the players who represent that movement almost in its entirety. It would be an injustice to not have it on there.
Exactly. And that's the thing, you know. And then you have our president going on and saying, I mean, you know, we can talk all day about that, but in terms of the realm of the NBA, you know, doesn't support it and just, you know, slander and stuff. And it's just like, it's just nice to know, like, just because he says that, like, whether he says it directly or not, or uses other lingo, other diction, whatever, at the end of the day, whether he says that, you know, something like this doesn't matter in terms of what the NBA is and what they stand for and what they're doing, it does matter to people. It does matter to kids growing up.
Well, you make a great point, actually. You make a really great point, because there is on the polar opposite of, like, ignoring it completely, refusing to address it.
Yeah.
Something that a president should do, even if you're a president that like isn't totally bipartisan all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your obligation to address it as an issue that needs to be solved in the nation is that's just what a leader does, period.
To unify.
And your point out the president, he refused to address any of it. And that sends a message too. It should be obvious to most people, I feel like, what side of history you should be on if you want to see change.
Exactly. And that's the thing, man. You know, there's so much skewed information, and there's so many people that are stuck in their ways, and again, not looking inward, right? And again, I'm not gonna be the one to completely bash, you know, the man, but at the same time, like you said, the lack of action, the lack of showing empathy, things like that. And it's like, you know, people will have the arguments of, oh, well, he did this and did that and did that. Okay, I'm not arguing that, right? I'm not saying that he's, you know, he hasn't done nothing, you know, but I'm also saying in a different way, he has not done anything for the majority of people. Again, I mean, you know, he's representing all the, you know, you suburban mothers at home, you know, be careful for those anarchists going outside, you know, trying to loot your grocery stores, and just all that rhetoric, bro, right? And again, no, that whole RNC, just to get a little political, bro, that whole RNC, and again, the message is continuous. I don't care about anybody that doesn't look like me, right? And we've heard this before in history, right? And it's just sad to, again, like Justin said, you know, like it should be obvious, like, you know, on the conscious progressive side, you know, where you should be, and you know, in terms of support, in terms, I don't even want to say support, but just in terms of like what you feel like is gonna help even direct us in the right direction, right? Just to kind of leave it generally. Man, I just again, that's why this, even now, so more than ever, platforms like this are so important. As much as like there might be days where we're like, oh, you know, like we may not, you know, want to talk about certain things or you know, be on here because there's other things to do or whatever. But I just feel like, and this isn't just for us, this is for anybody with a platform of whatever you do. Like, you know, whether you like, I don't know, like you hoop, whether you sell makeup, whether you sell t-shirts, whatever, you know, whatever your hustle is, like, as long as you out there and you're standing for something and you giving back to your people around you, whatever, and you're creating something, and you're creating opportunities of some sort, and whatever that may be, that's what this world needs right now, man. You know, like we all need to be doing our part and whatever, and you know, it goes back to thinking inwardly, like Justin said, you know.
I think we should be doing more live Skype calls, you know what I mean? Like, start scheduling them, because, like, if we can't be bringing people in here, at least, like, and then we can leave it up to the discretion of people, like, you know, there's more access for them to just kind of pop in for as long as they want to, like, we could even have multiple people at one time, or we could have multiple interviews in one day. You know what I mean? Have people pop up and introduce them into the conversation the 100%. Same the way they would if, you know, I'm pretty sure we could route it.
Yeah, no doubt.
A certain way. Because I like our ability to come in and continue to do Northside Plug, but I feel like getting some more voices in here.
We're missing, no doubt, we're missing that aspect. Just, again, it's like the NBA, right? The NBA is missing the fans,
we all
bro.
And it's part of adapting, you know what I mean? It just hammers home the point that, like, we're all still adjusting to, like, you know, ways that we can, you know, continue to do what we're doing, you know, improve on what we're doing, and, you know, adapt to the situations that nobody else could really kind of prepare for. We're all just still learning how to live normal life in a different way, and it's every day is an opportunity, and we're gonna get more creative with it, and hopefully get the streamline new ways to bring content to people, and down the line, while finding new ways to adapt to more ways of normalcy, find ways to improve the overall experience. You know what I mean? Make things more accessible, bring more people into the conversation, organize it in a way that is, you know, visually appealing, and, you know, get the audio down right. Maybe I can even start introducing ways, you know, and this is just like general discussion, open discussion type deal.
I mean, that's what this platform is all about, man, and that's what we've been about since jump, you know, and it's just unfortunate that
I see like Zoom call ish type of streamlining for
the upcoming fall. I think if we can figure out how to get even old guests in through Skype, see how they're doing.
I mean,
new guests, even like anything like that, just trying to see what people are doing and how they're staying sane in this time and what they're feeling.
Because everybody's kind of, you know, people are finding ways to get out and reacclimate themselves with the new regulations, and I don't blame anybody for trying to learn how to reacclimate. And I agree. I feel like fall is going to be the time where people are all collectively decide to hunker down and, you know, dive more into work or continue to implement these adaptations. And you know, Q4 the station, they're always constantly upgrade, you know, even through all this, that hasn't stopped Q4 and their tenacity to streamline new ways of just broadcasting constant content to people. And I hope one day we will be able to implement that into, you know, our weekly cast, once the familiarity and the comfortability of, you know, John and all of them kind of figuring out what they feel most comfortable with, and what they like to do with it. I feel like we'll piggyback off of their discoveries.
100%. I agree, man. And that's just the beauty of being creatives, you know, and being able to link up and put ideas together, put brains together, and, you know, see what everybody can bring to the table and see where a movement can go, you know?
I have an idea. I feel like we could wrap up early, and I want to, because I didn't bring my charger, so I have like a window of opportunity to make some stuff. So instead of trying to whip up a beat as best I can with the time that I have, I feel like maybe we could work on like 4 or 5 different melodies.
True.
On my computer, so that we can just kind of walk into the stew sesh with Suburb and have some sounds that we already have, kind of that we just kind of piggyback right off of.
I'm down, bro.
All right, bet, folks.
I'm down. Well, we just want to. Boss Dan, do you have any final words before we leave?
Sorry, I'm still in shock as to what happened. So, and
Dan's has been processing this loss for the past 20 minutes.
It hurts more when I had money on it and I would have cashed out.
Yeah.
But
ouch.
It just still. But I agree with everything you guys are saying. I think we've talked about this before in these past couple weeks coming back. It's important for us to use our platform, because the NBA players are showing us that the platform can be used for positives. So it's our goal, even our small platform. We don't have millions of viewers like the NBA, not even close. Right. But just to have a platform and just to make sure that to get people to know what they need to know about what's going on in this country and how to make it better.
Keep them informed. True journalism.
We're gonna work on that as we get closer to election season, because now we're coming up on 2 months until the big 2020 election. That's
no doubt
gonna shape I really think it's gonna shape the future of this country.
100%. And this is the thing. Obviously everybody, bro, but our generation, 18 to 25, 18 to 30, right? Y'all got it's what? September 3rd. Is not too early to say this. Y'all gotta be getting ready. Go out, vote.
Register to vote if you aren't.
100% register to vote wherever you're living. But this is the time to do your homework, and not just the presidency. The
local elections are important too.
Everything that's on the ballot, study up, understand who these people are, because This is how we gonna make the change. This is how you are gonna make the change, and whatever you feel that change needs to be, you know.
G Money wants you to do your homework.
Do your homework. Stay in school.
Northside
kids.
Plug wants you. G Money, do it. Northside Plug wants you to do your homework.
Do it.
Northside Plug wants you to do your homework.
Do it.
Be responsible. Go vote.
Go vote.
Do it. Go vote.
Go vote. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. We
Get
love you. Appreciate you.
money. Get money.
Get money.
Northside Plug wants you.
The Celtics will have already moved on to these conference
Dan.
finals by the time we're back.
Northside Plug wants you to go do your homework and vote.
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 Do your homework.
Do your homework. Vote.
Study.
Study.
Take notes. Take notes.
Take notes.
Take notes.
Notes are not bad. Notes aren't just a school thing. Take notes for everything you do.
Mental notes.
Physical notes. I
Handwritten
still
notes.
handwrite notes.
Write 'em.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Remember paper? Remember that crazy thing called paper, bro?
One day we'll
I just feel like everything changed. Look, yeah, stuck in my ways again. She said I pray for you. She said I love you, but I need to stay away from you. Stuck in my ways again. Yeah, look, stuck in my ways again. She said I pray for you. She said I love you, but I need to stay away from you. Stuck in my ways again. Yeah, nothing ever stays the way it was. Loved you till I had nothing left. I just needed time to find myself. Needed more, but you gave me less. Even dealt with all this pain for you. Promised you I'd stay the same for you. Now I'm losing everything I love, and you say you want me to change for you. Wait, I would never switch on myself just to be accepted by everybody else. Everybody fake, everybody two-faced, everybody in it for themselves. Everything fake to me, everyone a snake to me. All they ever want to do is take from me. They say everybody needs someone, I just need everyone to stay the fuck away from me. Look, they telling me be careful who you love. Yeah, these days everything numb. And sometimes